Okay, we're gonna upload our Docker image to Docker Hub and make our Docker container. So first, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a Docker file by doing Docker init in our project directory. We're gonna go with the defaults here with node and then whatever version npm, and then we want to start our app with npx serve dot, and then our server listens on port 3000. Next, we want to adjust it so that we can put it in our Docker container folder. In order to do that, we have to adjust our, let's see, where's it, compose. We want to adjust this to look at a different context. So it'll go back one folder, and then it'll look at the Docker file, Docker in Docker container, and Docker file. Also, when we eventually upload this to our server, we don't want to type the port number 3000 because it's kind of annoying. So we're gonna choose to make this 80 to make it cleaner. So this listens on 80 and it redirects it to 3000. Okay, so we're gonna move these over. Let's see. Where is it? Compose, Docker file. Okay. Next, we go into Docker container, and we can run it and we can build it. So Docker compose up build. It does all its building. We just wait. So now we can see it's properly done. Like this. Now we can just cancel out of that, and we can see that the name is Docker Container Server. And we can confirm that by going in here, it's Docker Container, and then looking at our images, Docker Container Server. So we're gonna tag this by doing Docker tag, or actually first we have to authenticate. So Docker login, and then Docker tag the Docker Container Server, and then whatever we want to tag it into. So let's make it my username and the name of the Docker image, and then latest. Now it's properly tagged, and then now we can do Docker push this in. Push. It says layer already exists because I already just pushed it earlier, but just recreated it for the video, but it should be good now. Alright, now we're going to make our EC2 instance and upload our Docker stuff on there. So we're going to go to the console, and we're first going to go to the Elastic Container Service. We're going to make a task definition, create a new task. And we're going to name it something, so let's make it CS651 Project 1. It's going to be on Amazon EC2, Linux x86, 64, and then network mode bridge. And since we're going to be using T3 micros, it's going to be pretty limited in CPU and memory, so we should lower these to make sure they fit. So we'll just put 0.5 gigabytes memory. Whoops, my scroll wheel. Task scroll we shouldn't set because our student accounts don't have the permissions to do this. So if you set this, it'll mess you up. So we do execution role, lab role. Now we have to set up our container, like the details of our container. So it's going to be, we can name it something. So project 1, essential container, yes. And then we need the image URL, which we figured out earlier. when we uploaded it. So I'm just gonna put it in here. Yeah, so this is what we uploaded and pushed to Docker Hub earlier. Private registry, since this is a private on my account, I didn't make it public. You actually need a secret manager, like you need to let it authenticate. So in the secret manager, whoops, I just made this with my Docker Hub password. I'm not gonna press it. In order to do this, you would just go here, store new secret, other type of secret, then you would do username, and then your actual username. Then you would go password, actual password, and then secret manager, next, and then name, next, and then, yeah, you just go through the rest. It doesn't matter. Store, and it is stored. There we go. So that's how you would do it. Oh, I didn't get the thing. So here, this. There we go. Port mappings. We set our container to have the application listen on 3000. So container port is 3000, and then host port, and we'll make that 80. Since it'll route that to 80 for us. For resource allocation limits, we're just gonna, since we only have one container, we don't really have to divvy up our resources, so we're just gonna set these to what we set earlier, 0.5, and then soft limit 0.3. Just a little bit lower. And then we're not gonna use log collection because it complicates things later when we try to connect it. And I don't think we need logging for something like this. Let me create. Okay, we made the thing. Oh, I used my task definition from before. But it should be fine because I created it here. But yeah, this is from when I tried to record earlier and something messed up. So next we're gonna do clusters. So we're gonna make a cluster. We'll just name it like CS651 Project 1 cluster. Fargate. We can just do Fargate on here. Make the cluster serverless. And then we wait for it to create. It takes a little moment. While we wait for that, we have to make an EC2 instance. So we're just going to go over here to the EC2 console, launch instance. Look, oh yeah, okay. So we made our cluster. It's all good. So we need to get a container instance here. So that's what we're going to make right now. We're going to make it CS651 Project 1 instance. We were, by the spec, per the spec, we were told to do Ubuntu, so we will. We're going to choose the free tier version, and we want the 64-bit x86 version, so it's compatible with what we said earlier. T3 micro because it's free tier. I'm going to use my key pair here. You can make one if there isn't one, but I already made one earlier, so that's fine. Here, we want to allow HTTP traffic because that's what we're going to be connecting from. Might as well allow this too. Yeah, it looks good. And then advanced details. For IAM instance profile, we need good permission, so we're going to use lab instance profile. Should be good. And then since we're doing Ubuntu, it doesn't natively have it doesn't have the ability to connect to ECS like natively. So we're going to run a script which is here somewhere, which will do that for us. So we got, it'll download Docker, it'll start Docker, and it'll use Docker to run the image of ECS. So we're going to do that. And then we need to set the ECS cluster here to our actual cluster name. So it will link it properly. Where is Here it is. I had it set wrong. Paste. Okay. And then that should work. Launch instance. Oh, wait. Now, the instance is created. So it's running now. Should be good, but we need it to actually set up everything because right now it's booting up and doing the stuff that I told it to do with the user data. So it'll take actually a little bit for it to show up here. So we just gotta wait. It should take like a minute. There we go. It's connected. All right, tasks. We're gonna make a task, run new tasks, our project. Task version 3 because I messed up earlier with the naming. Launch type, and then EC2 because that's what we're using. Create. Task launched. Let's see if it runs. Yeah, it's running. So now it should be on this IP address. Load IP, and I make this HTTP. There we go. About page, contact page, login page. All right. Now to talk about our like CSS styles. We have let me see what the video it tells us to put for our video. Oh yeah, CSS styling. All right. We have this this bar up here. We styled it to be pink, and then we styled this body to be blue, and then styled this base to be brown to look like an ice cream cone, like some strawberry ice cream or like some, and then some whatever ice cream is blue, and then the ice cream cone because we're an ice cream company. Here we have um, like some title, set different sections. Oh, whoops. Why is my scroll wheel bugging out? We set all the font to be the same. And what else did we do? I mean, that's pretty much it for JavaScript. It's basically just the color, and also we set the font, and we set uh, the size of this. So like this is like a header size, like a big size, and then we set uh, other stuff around here. Like it's just like different stuff, and then this right here is a floating div tag, floats to the right as required, and then it's using JavaScript. We made it like move a little bit like this. Uh, and then also with JavaScript, with Bootstrap rather, we made it so if you zoom in all the way or zoom in a lot, it'll change the bar. Zoom out, and then what else? Yeah, we have these little JavaScript like you hover over them and they have a little shadow. And then we have this. We made this with Bootstrap. Just a little card for the picture to be in. And contact, same here. Little shadow. little cards, and then I think it's called carousel with Bootstrap that has the pictures of our locations that we operate in. And then for the login page is made using React. Here you would like, I could try to sign in with whatever. It doesn't work. Incorrect username, password. We create account, it makes it to the side. I can put random, like, I can put stuff in here and it won't submit. Oh,
Em 6 điểm trúng gì sao?
Đó.
Em 6 điểm trúng.
Hi. Sorry about that. Where was I? Oh yeah. We can put our name, and then we can put our email, and then we can do like a username. So let's do like that, and then we can do like a password. So pass, submit. So now it shows them here. See my username and then the pass. Log in. Currently logged in as this. And log out. We can try to sign in again. It will work. And then if we do like this instead, it won't work because the password's wrong. Or the username's wrong, rather. And that is about it.